I was at a house one time and I was doing a duct cleaning, and I found something in the ductwork that was quite concerning. It was a 6-foot long snake skin, which obviously we know where that came from. And I went and showed the customer, and he goes, "Wow, you know, that explains a lot." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "That one register by the front door, every day we have to push it back down in the hole because the snake was coming out at night, lifting the register and going throughout the house."
I went out on a service call one day. You know, customer called in for a no-cool. I get out there, she takes me around to the back of the unit. As I'm walking to the unit, I look and I see the unit's like kind of humming and stuff. The fan's not turning, and then I go to look down in there, and then all of a sudden, there's this big snake wrapped around the outside fan blade. And then it moved. I guess I startled it when I looked in there, and it moved because it was still alive. It moved, and then all of a sudden that fan took off and it chopped up that snake in there. The head of like a bone or something caught the coil, punctured a hole in the coil, and refrigerant is spraying out everywhere. And I mean, luckily the homeowner was there with me, because that would be kind of a hard story to explain.
I was putting gauges on an outdoor unit one time, and next thing you know, I kind of heard something, and a mouse proceeded to run across the tops of my hands and scared me to the point where I squealed louder than Mariah Carey. Not proud of that, but it happened. I couldn't prevent it. And then the mouse jumped on the house, ran 2 stories up, and went into the attic.
I was called out for a very loud very bad vibration on the furnace, rattling the house down apparently. I get out there, I find one side of the blower had the filter sucked into it. I started doing a little more digging, found all the insulation was tore up, and as I started pulling the insulation out, I could see the body of a rat about that big hanging out the side of the blower, where it had obviously climbed in there.
Went to work on a unit the other day, took the control panel off. The top of the control panel was the largest wasp nest that I've found inside of a unit to date. It was about that big around in the top of the control panel. And took a lot of wasps out of that unit.
Okay, so I opened the electrical bay on an outdoor unit. It was an 18i, I'll never forget it. And there was a wolf spider about that big sitting on the capacitor. He was looking at me, I was looking at him. We both had a real good time. It was awesome. Freaked me out.
When I was doing my ride along with Brett, he opened up the heat pump outside to check it and clean off the coil and do the tune-up, and there was a bird's nest and a bunch of tiny baby birds in it. The customer went inside, got some gloves so they didn't have my scent on the nest, and I relocated the birds and the nest to the nearest tree.
Came out on a no heat, and the customer takes me down to his basement, and I start looking around in the furnace and stuff like that. And I pulled the panels off. I'm looking, like trying to figure out what was going on with the system, and then I kind of look and I see down at the bottom there's a head sticking out. And I look and I'm like, oh my God, it's a bat. It's like, and the customer goes, "What? There's a bat?" And I said, "Yeah, there's a bat stuck in your control board." I was like, "That was what fried it. It fried it." And he goes, "Hold on." He goes, "Here, save that. I want to show my wife."
I once found a box turtle in a return plenum of a duct system. The furnace was located in the crawl space. How the turtle got in there, we have no idea. The customer had no idea. I tried to figure it out, but for some way, shape, or form, there was a box turtle dead in some ductwork.